Good morning. The first word is factory. A factory is a place where things are made, usually with the help of machines. So here in the video, we saw that there was a factory that was making these bunnies. It was completely automated, which means that there were no people involved. Usually, though, factories do have people helping, and factories make a whole bunch of different things like cars and furniture and food. Pretty much anything you can think of would be made at a factory unless it's homemade. Oops. Tear. To tear is to rip something. So the little bunny coughed and then he tore his chest. So the past tense of tear is irregular. It is tore, T-O-R-E, tore. Something else to note is that this word is spelled the same as the word tear, tear being something that comes out of your eye when you cry. So just keep that in mind. If you see something like he had a tear running down his face, that's probably more likely than he had a tear running down his face, meaning like a big rip. Rejected. Rejected means to be cast aside, right? So not the one that is picked. So if I had, let's say, these two different pieces of mail, and I picked this one would be rejected. So bye, piece of mail, you're the winner. Cobbler. A cobbler is someone who makes shoes. So this word is a little old-fashioned because people don't really make shoes anymore. Usually it's like a big company or a factory will make shoes. So it's pretty rare to find just like one person who makes shoes anymore. Although usually like there are people that do shoe repairs. And like this guy was trying to help out the bunny by making her a corset, which is this thing that you pull tight and it makes women's waists skinnier, which is also not something in style anymore. But yeah, so a cobbler is someone who makes shoes. Vet or veterinarian. Vet is someone who heals sick or injured pets. The important thing to note here, though, is that while the whole word is veterinarian, most people aren't going to say that. They will just say vet because veterinarian is a lot to say. So, yeah. But this is where you would go to bring your animal if they were sick. Usually, different vets have different sort of animals that they take care of. So this is probably just a like normal vet that would take care of like cats, dogs, bunnies, maybe birds. But then like if you go out into the country, then you might see a vet that takes care of cows and horses and big animals like that. Just so you know, this picture, this is why I'm moving my face. This picture right here is actually my son, Kiernan. He's very happy there. Okay, watchmaker. A watchmaker is someone who makes watches. In this case, the watchmaker seems to put a cuckoo bird thing inside the bunny, which comes from a cuckoo clock, which is like one of those clocks that as soon as it hits the hour, so 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, little bird will come out, boo, 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 just to let you know that it's the hour. Watchmakers are similar to cobblers in that they don't really exist anymore, but they kind of do with like expensive jewelry. So, like, you might go to a watchmaker and they would also sell jewelry. Okay, here we see a butcher. A butcher is someone who cuts up meat. So these people do still exist. Sometimes you'll see butcher shops like this where you can just go buy meat. Or even at like HEB, the people who work in the meat section would be butchers because they're still cutting up the bigger chunks of meat into smaller chunks. Yarn. Yarn is string made from cotton or nylon, and it is used to crochet or knit. So this right here is yarn. You can use it to make blankets or little animals or different things like that. Hang on, let me go have something somewhere. One second. Okay, so this is a little alien that I made out of yarn. As you can see, this is crocheting. So you use a little hook and you can make different animals out of it. This is my dog Chalupa. He seems to like the alien. Okay, the final place that the bunny goes is to a toy repair shop. So a toy repair shop would be somewhere that fixes toys. Repair means to fix something. Um, I I don't know if there would really be a toy repair shop, but they definitely have toy shops still, and I would imagine that at least some of the toy shops would be able to repair toys if they're broken. The point of this, though, is that this is the exact place that the bunny needed to go. So that's why she found the toy repair shop. Okay, finally, we have a metaphor. So a metaphor is something that stands for something else. So in this case, this whole video was talking about this lady named Barbara. She was a patient with NTM, which is some sort of lung disease. And so she had a cough and it wouldn't go away. So it kept happening every single day. And she saw about 20 different doctors before she finally had her answer. So this whole video is kind of a metaphor for like, if you are sick and you don't feel good and you go to one doctor, maybe it's not that the doctor like is a bad doctor or that they can't help you. It might just be that they are the wrong kind of doctor. So we saw the little bunny go to the cobbler and the watchmaker and the butcher, but none of those worked because none of those were like toy repair doctors. So the same thing probably, well, something similar probably happened to Barbara, whoever she is, where she went to one doctor and maybe they were specialized in the heart. And then she went to another doctor and maybe they had a better understanding of like ears, nose, and throat. So maybe she just wasn't going to the right doctors at first. So that's why she couldn't figure it out. So the point of this is like keep trying with different things until you find an answer that works for you. And the metaphor here is that the bunny is representing Barbara. The bunny stands for Barbara. Okay, which of these things is a metaphor? And that is it. See you tomorrow.